What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Practice, where we fuse research and culture to help you develop the mindsets, habits, and skills that you need in order to live out your purpose with confidence. I'm your coach, Dr. Reese, and it's time for us to get better, y'all. Let's grow. Today in Practice, we're talking about gifts. And gifts is one of my favorite things. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm very particular on how I feel about receiving gifts. And I think that's because in the past, I may not have always received gifts that align with who I am, but that's kind of what we're talking about here today. Now, before you start to judge me and be like, just be grateful, how would you feel if you got a gift that you didn't like? Like, nobody likes getting a gift that they don't like, which is why the gifts that you have that are inside of your bag align with who you are. So if you're doing something and you don't like it, it's probably not one of your gifts. I right now am talking in this microphone, speaking into this camera, and I love it. Why? Because it's in alignment with my life assignment. It's one of my life gifts. I have the gift of gab. Now, with that, I still have to get better. I still got to put in my reps, but I thoroughly enjoy sitting down at this mic, encouraging you, doing research, thinking about all these things. And you know what? At this moment, in this point in time, I do this all for free. I spend money to do this. I make $0 producing this podcast, this show, these videos I put out on social media. No, I don't make no money off of it. Zero income. But I still show up and I'm here and I love it because one, I believe that I want to be able to create value for folks that they don't have to pay for. Two, I believe that one day I will be able to make some money off of this in some way, shape, or form. But I am still here after all these years showing up, being able to do what I love. So there are gifts that you have that are inside your bag that when you do them, they make you smile. When you do them, they put a little crease in you. They make you want to show your teeth. They make you want to show up. They make you want to they move you to doing it in some way, shape, or form. You can't help but do it. And when you don't do it, you don't feel like you. Now, if you're listening to me and you're like, I don't have that, you got it. You just got to activate it. So gifts is my favorite thing because a part of helping people live out their purpose with confidence is helping them discover their gifts. And with that, the discovery piece is sometimes some of the funnest part, depending on where you're at in life. But I think just in general, your ability to discover yourself and discover what you do, discover what you were created to do, discover like how you want to show up in the world is a part of the process. Now, the earlier, the better, but it's never too late because if you still have the ability to make something happen, then that in and of itself is a blessing. So let's get to it. Every single one of us, and you know what I'm about to say, was born on purpose with the purpose to live out your purpose. And because you have a purpose, that means you have gifts that are in alignment with your life's assignment. Therefore, those gifts that are inside of you make you the bag because you were born with everything that you need to succeed inside of you, whether that's in your mindset, your thought process, but also gifts that you get to activate to put into this world to help add value to other people in their life, to help them live out their purpose. Keyword here, activate. Again, keyword here is activate. So yes, I believe that all of us were born with gifts to be able to do something, but if you don't activate that gift, then the gift never has the ability to do its thing. And so if you don't go to discover the gift, then you can't activate the gift, then you can't live in the gift, and then your gift will not be able to make room for you. And you want your gifts to make room for you because when your gifts make room for you, that's where the overflow happens. So let's go backwards a little bit and really break down what are gifts and what is it that I mean when I say activate. So I believe that gifts are like gift cards. Like they're like gift cards, no pun intended, but they're like gift cards because they have to be activated. So I want you to picture this. Let's say you go to your local store and you go to that section that's got all the tower with all the gift cards there from TJ Maxx to Chipotle to Visa to Nike to Xbox and Southwest. Like they just got every single gift card in Starbucks and all the things that you can think about. Those are my favorite gifts. If you're ever like, I want to get Dr. Reese a gift, get her a gift card. Those are my favorite gifts. But anyways, when you go to the tower and you look at all these gift cards there is a very important step. And if you skip this step, those gifts will have no value. So again, let's paint this picture. You're going to the store and you're going to discover a gift card that you want to get for somebody. And so what you have to do, number one, is you have to know the person you're getting a gift for. Think about this. Let's say you're getting a gift for somebody and you're like, I don't know what to get them. So you say, oh, cool, I'm going to get them a gift card. And a gift card is a gift. But when you go to the gift card wall, there's 1,000 different options that you have. Now, some of these gift card places have made it easier because they just say, here, get this Visa gift card, which is general, or here, get this gift card, but it works at 100 different places. Those ones, again, if you want to give me a gift card, give me a gift card. But you go to this wall and you have 1,000 different gift card options. But if you don't know the person you're getting the gift card for, you're just going to get them the Visa. Now, why would you just get them the Visa? Because the Visa is plain in general. Like that's or you get them Amazon if they rock with Amazon. But getting somebody the Visa gift card says, you know what? I love you enough to get you a gift card, but I don't know you enough to know exactly how and what gift card would serve you best. Does that make sense? And again, your girl love a Visa gift card because I know me. And I got a couple Visa gift cards recently and I put them joints to use and I love them. But I don't believe that we were born with Visa gift cards inside of us. Let me say that again. I don't believe that we were born with Visa gift cards inside of us because that's just too general. It's too plain. It's too broad. It's not specific. And you were created with a specific purpose in mind. So when you go to discover, your gifts are intentional. They look like Nike, they look like Adidas, they look like Xbox, they look like Southwest, they look like Chipotle, they look like Starbucks, they look like Panera, they're very specific to that business. Do you want food? Do you want clothes? You want airline? You want games? You want DSW? You want Nordstrom's? Like every single store has a gift card option, very specific to them. The gifts that are inside of you are very specific to you. Specific. They're not Visa general. They're not here. You got 100 options. The gifts that were given to you are in alignment with your life's purpose. So number one is you have to know the person you're getting the gift for, which means you have to know you. If you don't know you, you won't know what the gift is. Like you won't know how to discover your gift because you don't know you in the first place. So in order for you to live out your purpose and to do it with confidence, I need you to get to know you. You have to spend time with you. You have to invest in you. You have to at least sit for a minimum of 5 minutes a day. And 5 minutes a day is 0.35% of your time. You are worth 0.35% of your time on a daily basis. Why? Because if you don't think that you're worthy of 0.35% of your time, you'll never be able to live out your purpose with confidence. You'll only be living an unfulfilled life on fumes. And you'll wake up one day and just be like, what am I doing? That can't be it. So you deserve 0.35% of your time, which is 5 minutes. And I need you to dedicate that to some self-discovery time. If you don't feel like you're living a fulfilled life, you don't feel like you're living out your purpose, you don't feel like you're confident in who you are, then I need you to give yourself 5 minutes. That's the first piece. You have to discover who is the gift for. You have to be able to get to know that person. The person we're talking about is you. Get to know you. Because when you get to know you and you get to that gift wall, you're going to go, oh, that one's for me. That one's for me. And that one's for me. Because the same way that if you were to go to the store and you had $200 to buy a gift card for one person and you wanted to get them multiple, I say, oh, okay, I'm going to get them that one, then I'm going to get that one and that one. For example, It was my fiance's birthday. And she works out of the office sometimes. And when she works out of the office, she was door dashing food and doing this and that and getting coffee. And because I'm listening to her, I got to know her. Listen to her, got to know her. I hear, oh man, DoorDash fees are so high. Ooch, DoorDash. I'm going to get coffee. Ooch, coffee. Oh yeah, I'm having Chipotle. Ooch, boom. So if you're trying to figure out, come on, you guys got to rock with me. If you're trying to figure out how to get to know you, you have to listen to you. The best way to get to know you is to listen to you. So I just listened to her in casual conversation. So if you don't talk to you, you won't be able to listen to you. Then you won't get the answers and information from you that you can use for you to become the best you. So once I did that, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So when I went to the store to get her some gift cards that I knew would add value to her life, I said, DoorDash, fees, Starbucks so she can get on the way to the office, Chipotle that she can order, bang, bang. Because I listened. No, I didn't have to do nothing super extra special. I just listened. Present, conversation. So I'm asking you to be present and have some conversation with you so you can hear what matters to me. What do I like? But the other point, though, is I discovered some pain points she was having. Do you know your pain points? Do you know what's causing you a rift? Do you know what's causing you stress? Do you know what's causing friction and challenge in your life? Because I believe that your gifts will also not only just solve problems for other people, but also solve problems for you. So listen to you so you can discover what's going on, find your challenges, find your pain points, and then say, you know what? Do I have the solution for that? I may have the solution to my own problem. And if I have the solution to my problem, I can grow in developing the solution to this problem. Then I can offer this to other people. So boom, you go to the wall, you grab the gift cards. The very next step is the most important. If you're watching this video, I'm holding up a Nike gift card. But what this says is the most important part of the process. Card has no value until activated at the register. I'm going to say that again. Card has no value until activated at the register. Now, here's the thing. If you go to the gift store, or you go to the gift card wall, if I was to go and I got her all those gift cards, and when I got them, let's say I rang up all my other stuff and I just put the gift cards in the bag, am I technically stealing? Maybe, but not really, because they don't have any value. And so when you get gift cards, they have a number on them. They either have, like this gift card right here has a span 25 to 500, or they have a specific number. So you have to activate the gift card in order for the gift card to have value. The same way that you need to activate the gifts that are inside of you in order for your gifts to add value to you and to others. You have gifts that are inside of you that can add value to other people's life, but because you have not activated them at the register, they will not be able to do so. You have gifts that are inside of you that have been created to be solutions and solve problems for other people and your life. Don't get it twisted. This is a both and situation. But until you activate those gift cards at the register, this is the register. Your mind is the register. Until you activate your gifts at the register, they will have no value. Your gifts are already inside of you. You were born with gifts that will change the world. But until you activate your gifts at the register, they'll have zero value. Does that register? Does it register how your mind is the register? Because your mind is the place, and that prefrontal cortex that is responsible for your thoughts and your feelings and your actions and your behaviors. Your prefrontal cortex is responsible for your thoughts, feelings, actions, and behaviors. You have gifts that are inside of you, which is why you are the bag. But if you do not activate those gifts at the register, you will not be able to live out your purpose with confidence. I don't know who needs to hear this, but everybody needs to hear this. You were born on purpose, with a purpose, to live out your purpose. And a part of your purpose is you being able to activate your gifts and put them joints to work. Put them to work. Put them to work. And when I say put them to work, let's continue to follow this analogy. When I buy somebody a gift card, my hope is that they use it. Somebody got me a gift card from somewhere at some point in time in life to somewhere I've never been, never heard of, and may not ever go to because it's just not really in my sphere of life. I'm not going to hold you. I gave it away. I didn't use it. I gave it to somebody who I feel like would be able to use it more than I could use it. And so the thought process here is, and y'all probably like, dang, yeah, it just is what it is. The thought process here is this. When you go to buy a gift card for somebody, you want the gift to be put to work. The gifts that were given to you in order for you to live out your purpose with confidence were given to you to be used. The gifts were given to you to be put to work. So it makes me think of a story. I bought my mom a Victoria's Secret gift card long time ago. And she wanted, there was a dress or something from Vicky's Secrets. And so I bought her the gift card. It was $60. I was in high school still. I was working at Finish Line. I walked down to Victoria's Secrets. I said, boom, about to get my mom this gift card, $60. And I was 16, 17, 18 at the time. When my mom passed away, the gift card was still in her wallet. Now, let's think about timeline really quick. I bought her the gift card while I was still in high school. My mom passed away when I was 26. That's about 8 to 10 year time span from when I bought it to when she passed. I bought that woman the gift card for her to use it. Now, a couple years prior, before she passed, I brought it up like, you still got this gift card? And she was waiting. She was waiting to lose weight. She was waiting to lose weight in order to buy the thing that she wanted to buy from Victoria's Secret, which by then I'm sure they didn't even have the item anymore because it had been so long, but the gift card had sat in her wallet for so long. It still had the receipt wrapped around it and all those things. And you know what my mom did? She hoarded the gift. It never got used. So when she passed and I went through her stuff, I said, I know this chick did not spend this gift card. I gave it away. I didn't need nothing for Vicky's Secrets. I gave it away. And so here's the thing. Here's the moral of the story is that when you're given gifts, use them. Use them. When you are giving gifts, you got to put them joints to work. Now, I know you're probably like, you didn't use yours. I know I didn't use it, but I gave it to somebody else. That's the gift card analogy. But you've been given gifts in order for you to put them joints to work in order for our world to be better in some way, shape, or form. Because your gifts are a solution to somebody else's problem. And if you're not willing to activate your gifts at the register, somebody's problem won't get solved in a way. It may get solved, but it won't get solved by you. And if you don't do the solving of somebody else's problem, you're going to be left feeling unfulfilled. Because if you're not out solving problems with your gifts, if you're not out putting your gifts to work, you're going to feel unfulfilled because it didn't register. So here's the thing too. When I read the bottom of this gift card, this is what's so dope. Gift cards do not expire. Come on, y'all. I need you to rock with me on this. Gift cards do not expire. Now, the reason why I think that's so dope is this. I don't care how old you are. If you're listening to this, that means you want to grow in some way, shape, or form. And so you have gifts that are inside of you that you may not have activated yet, but the dopest part about it is they don't expire. The gifts that you were born with in order to live out your purpose are still inside of you. They didn't go anywhere. They're not going nowhere. They're in you, waiting for you to register them. And when you register them, that means you activate them. That means you're willing to go put them joints to work and then spread them and give them out. It makes me think about my father. He was over here the other night and he is gone back to school. He's working to get his master's. And he's sitting at the computer, typing an email. He's actually wearing my glasses and he's typing. And I sat there and I looked at him, and he's 67 and he's working to get his master's. And there are people who are older and have gone back to school and have done different things. But my dad had a stroke, two strokes, and had his leg removed. He had a horrible 2024. I mean, my goodness, man was in the hospital for years. And prior to this, he's been sober for 15 plus some years, since 2009. I can't do the math right now, but since 2009, he's been sober. So 2009 to 2024, he's been sober. And in that time frame, my little sister was murdered. He had 2 wives that passed. And then a whole bunch of homies and friends and this and that. He takes care of my grandparents. He, in 2024, had multiple strokes, got diagnosed with congestive heart failure, was in the hospital for 3 months, and then ended up losing a foot in 2018, and then lost his leg in 2024. And then so from 2009 to, 20 years prior to that, he was addicted to drugs. So my dad has been through it. And then prior to that, so many different things that, like, bruh's life is wild. He was shot in the mouth and all types of different things. He was in jail and out of jail and just all of this stuff. But my dad is a speaker. I speak because my dad spoke. He is a wordsmith. He is a people person. He is a clowner. He's got all these many different gifts. And even through all of those things that he has been through and experienced, as I sat here and I watched him typing at his computer the other night, and a year ago, I had the opportunity to open up the opportunity for him to speak at a Juneteenth assembly. And I got to sit there and I watched my dad speak. And then I had another opportunity to bring him into a situation that I was in, and I got to watch my dad speak. I'm telling you 3 different things right now. One is, no matter what you do, no matter what addictions you end up having, no matter what loss you experience, no matter what health issues happen to you, no matter what may happen, the gifts will always be inside of you. No matter how much you dodge it, no matter how much you avoid it, no matter how much people are like, no, you got this, the gift is always inside of you. You will never lose your gifts. Your gifts will never leave you. The other thing is, I just mentioned that I had a couple opportunities to where I do this thing, a gift that I was given, that my gifts made room for me. And because my gifts made room for me, I made room for him. And so I made room for my dad to be able to live out his dream, to activate his gifts, because I was intentional with activating my gifts. I say that because as much as we want our gifts to make room for us, our gifts are also made to make room for others. Your gifts are not just for you. When you make room when your gifts make room for you, that room is also made for other folks. But if you don't register your gifts, it's going to impact the ability for other people to be able to do that, which is why it's so important for you to be intentionally, constructively selfish. I want you to be self-centered and others focused. Because when you're self-centered and others focused, that means I'm going to pour in my attention and energy on becoming the person I was created to be, so I can have a positive impact on other people. Because can't nobody do you for you. But when you do you for you, that allows you to be able to create room to help do for others. And that matters. Not just the opposite, the other way around. Not just, okay, I'm going to do for others and do for others and do for others. And then you deplete and never activate your gifts. Now you're just living in, this is going to sound funny, service of others, which is what we want. But is it really slave to others and not service of others when I think about it? Like, are you just slaving around doing things? Have you become enslaved to doing things for other people that you then neglect yourself, when it should be an inside out movement, activating what you have so you can serve instead of be enslaved? Now, this is just a thought that came up. We'll see how that lands. But I feel like it makes sense. It's a difference between people pleasing in being able to serve somebody with a humble heart. Those are two different things. There's a difference between people pleasing and having boundaries, right? And it's putting more of a constructive, healthy lens on it. Like, how do I get to the spot that I need to get to so I can add to others? Because you can't give what you don't got. So here's the thought. Let's take it to the next spot. What's the difference between gifts and talents? I believe that the gift is the object. The gift is the actual thing that you can do. The gift is playing the drums. The gift is singing. The gift is playing basketball. The gift is math. The gift is technology or speaking or sports and arts and entertainment and acting. That is the actual objective thing, placement thing that you can do. Talent is how well you do that thing. So my favorite analogy is LeBron James and I both have the gift of basketball. We both got it. Now, I believe that I was born with community college level talent. LeBron James was born off top with NBA level talent. Like, bruh was just, you knew like, oh, he the one. Nobody knew I was the one. You know who knew I was the one? My daddy did. My parents did. That's about it. But that's a part of it. Like, there's certain people that you can see and they do something. You're like, oh, shoot, they got it. And as a purpose and confidence scientist, I study and I love to see folks. You're like, oh, and some people get this kind of clouded, which is funny. Like, their perception don't match the reality. And coming from the sports world, it's easy to see and hear parents be like, oh yeah, my kid's going D1. No, they're not. Like, that's one of the toughest pills to swallow for a lot of people, is to think that they have higher talent than what reality actually shows. And that's a story for another day. Which is, I'm going to actually kind of explain as I share this story, right? So for me, I was born with community college level basketball talent. LeBron was born with NBA level raw talent. Emphasis on raw. Think about anything that comes raw. It's just bare. Now, some things raw you could eat. Some things, if you ate it raw, it's a bad deal, right? So CC level talent, NBA level talent. Now, for me, if I didn't learn how to work hard, that would have been the end of my basketball career, and it probably would have ended after my freshman year. So what happens is I took the gift that I was given, I took the raw talent that I was given, and I never worked it because I didn't know how to work hard. Like, nobody taught me, how do I take this gift and how do I shape it and mold it and grow the talent? Because that's the dopest part, is your talent can grow. So when I got to college, that is when I learned how to grow my talent. The gift stayed the same, but the talent had the ability to increase. So for me, I go from being somebody with raw community college level talent to being able to play professionally, where, again, nobody but my parents knew that that was going to happen. But for LeBron, he's still playing at the time of this recording at 41, because he also took his raw talent and kept developing and developing and developing and developing. And now bruh's still hooping 20 years later with his kid. And maybe his kids, plural, next year. And to me, what's so dope about this is there are people that I know who would give me buckets. I mean, ooh, shifty, nasty, give me buckets off tops. There are people who were better than LeBron. There's cats in the hood right now who are like, man, I used to give LeBron buckets. But it don't matter if you couldn't hone in on it. In the same thing, you probably seen me and be like, man, I'm way better than her. You might have been. But it don't matter if you can't hone in on it. So what that means is you have to be able to activate the gift. You have to be able to take that raw talent and do what needs to be done in order to increase the talent level, because the saying goes, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And so there are a lot of people out there who are better than you at the things you're gifted at. But that really is irrelevant, because what matters most is your ability to learn how to work hard. So to bring this full circle, we talked about activate it at the register and then put that joint to work, because even though the gifts don't expire, we don't even want that to be a part of the equation. We want the gifts to have more and more and more and more value. And so when you think about the difference between gifts and talents, again, gift is the object, the thing that you can do. The talent is how well you do it, and hard work dictates where you're going to go with that, how long you'll be able to do it. But I also think and firmly believe that you have multiple gifts. So when I go back to the example of going and getting my fiance just different gift cards, I got her 3 different gift cards. The same way that you can go to the grocery store and you can see multiple different options of gift cards, I believe that you were born with multiple different gifts inside of you, not just one. You weren't born with one generic Visa gift card. You were born with multiple gifts inside of you. And what you do with those 2, I believe, impacts the activation of the rest. Like, if you're not going to activate one of them, 2 of them, it's not going to allow space for the other ones to kind of pop up. If you're not going to get to know you, if you're not going to spend time discovering who you are and the value you want to add to the world, your gifts will never start to compound and to pop up and flourish. You'll never be able to discover, like, oh, I'm actually talented at this. Oh, I'm do this very well. Oh, I like this. And then, because not every gift is meant to be used your whole life. And I'm pretty firm on that. Not every gift is meant to be used your whole life, but it'll always be a part of your story. Now, again, it's easy for me to use the basketball analogy, especially in spaces like that, because in the sports world and the hoop world, we always say, man, the ball's going to stop bouncing. You're going to have to stop playing your sport at some time. And so for athletes, this is a big deal, because this is usually our initial entryway into understanding our gifts. But then there's so much more to you in your life of discovery that you got to figure out and be like, okay, cool. What else do I do? What else do I know? How else can I add value to the world? And that is where a lot of people end up having identity foreclosure, and they struggle with knowing who they are because they don't know how else they can add value to the world. So when I go to myself, I retired hooping at 27, and there's a lot of me that wishes I would have still played for a little bit longer, at least another 5 years. And then when you look at LeBron, he's still hooping again as of now at the age of 41, but that's still young. But in that, he's developed and shown so many more talents in the midst of that, where he's acting and he's in business and he's doing podcasting and all these other different things. The same for me, right? I started to explore multiple different things at an early age. And so I say that because it's some of your gifts will retire to make room for other gifts. So the same way that your gifts will make room for you, they'll make room for the other gifts that are inside of you. And it's easy in the sports world to have that analogy, but I also believe that's the same for anybody. Is there are multiple things that you were born to be able to do, but you have to start, you have to activate in order for the others to pop up, because one thing will lead to another. You'll do one thing and say, oh, how does this? Because what's going to happen is your social capital will grow. Your awareness of just other things and other opportunities, and you'll develop other aspirations, and you'll start to set more goals, because when you move yourself towards something, the world and other things start to move towards you. You're going to start to gravitate. Your world and your mind opens up in other ways, and possibilities become like, oh, shoot. But you have to activate your first gifts at the register. So here are 3 things that I believe that you can do to make this happen. If this has got you excited in some way, shape, or form, you're like, yo, I want to activate my gifts. I don't know my gifts. How do I discover my gifts? I want my gifts to make room for me. What do I need to do? Here's one of the things. What do I do organically that makes me smile? This is my favorite thing to say. Thinking about speaking on a mic and speaking into a camera and making a video and speaking to a crowd and coaching people or playing basketball, all that stuff, it makes me smile. I want to act one day. It makes me smile. You don't have to force joy or a smile or happiness or positive endorphins. You don't have to force that. When I say organically, you should think about doing that thing and it should be like, you should have a little crack, little chuckle. When I say endorphins, it should also drop some dopamine. Like you should have a little hint of excitement pop up. You should feel childlike. Our son right now wants to be an astronaut. So he studies all things world. And bruh when he thinks about space and talks about space and did you know that they have this space? Did you know that this is Mars? Did you know that they have your gifts should make you feel childlike when you think about them and you talk about them. Because they matter to you. Because your gifts were not given to you haphazardly. They were given to you because they're in alignment with who you are. So the gifts that are inside of your bag, they're not random. They weren't randomly placed. They were placed in alignment with the things that make your heart beat, that make you smile, that drop endorphins for you. And here's the thing. When you think about somebody else and their giftings and what they do, and you're like, oh, that's cool. Love that for you. You're like, it couldn't be me. That's how you know. Is you got to start looking at other people and what they do and how they do. If you're like, could be me, not me. I ain't the one. Then cool, because addition by subtraction is also a come up. So as you're doing the self-discovery and trying to figure out who am I and how do I get to know myself and how do I live in my purpose with confidence and what are my gifts? I don't know what I want to do. Addition by subtraction. Start to subtract other things that you're like, I don't like that. That's not, can't do it. Cool. Discover what you can't do. Discover what you don't want to do. Discover what you're like, nah, you'd have to pay. Matter of fact, you couldn't pay me to do it. That's the key. What can people not pay you to do? That is a sign that it ain't for you. That's a sign that it's not one of your gifts. If they can't pay you to do it, because here is my life motto. If I won't do it for the free, I won't do it for a fee. If I won't do whatever it is you're asking me to do for free, I will not do it for a fee. Because if I have to be paid to do something, it's against me. I'm playing myself just for some coin. Now, I understand that comes from a place of privilege to have the choice to choose. But this was a life decision that I made at the age of 19, that if I won't do it for free, it ain't for me. If I won't do it for the free, I won't do it for the fee, because it ain't for me. And I've built a life around that very thing. So I have been able to feel what it feels like to be fulfilled by the things that I do, because at a young age, I was very clear that this is it for me, which is why I'm so passionate about other people being able to have this discovery and live a life that is built around their gifts and activating those gifts and putting them out into the world. And so you got to figure out, I would 100% do that for free. You couldn't pay me to do it. That's what I need you to do. Those 2 questions, I would do that for free. I would show up to that. I would do that. Because the best part is this. You don't have to. Just because I would do it for free don't mean that now I have to do it for free. And I'm not telling you to be an entrepreneur, because I could be doing the same thing that I do similar things that I do working for another organization. But I decided to create something bigger than me that has a broader impact than me working for a school or another institution. And because another one of my giftings is business, I thoroughly enjoy developing businesses. So I wanted to go and develop my own business. But I learned that through the activation of using my other gifts. So the other thing I need you to do is this. Is there something you've always done that seems easy to you? It comes easy to you. People are like, oh yeah, I can do that. Oh yeah, I can knock that out. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I can do it. And then when you think about it, most of those things that come easy to you that people always come to you for, like, oh yeah, I got it, no big deal. Those are things you've done for free. You probably did those things for free. And then somebody was like, hey, you should start charging for that. You're like, no big deal. It's a segue. And then you may say, but I don't want to run a business. I don't want to do this here. I don't want to do that. Cool. We'll figure out all the details later. Right now, we're just trying to get you into your gifting pocket, into your passion pocket, and figuring out what gifts do you need to register. Register your gifts. It's like we're about to we got to do a wedding registry. No, we don't. Sorry. I got sidetracked. I'm getting married. And where there's a gift registry, right, that happens. Telling people what you want. But you have to know what you want to tell people what you want. When people have a baby, they have a gift registry. People that have like business showers, all this different. You have to register for people to pay for it, for them to take it to the register. It's a registration process. Registration for registration of the gift. So the gift goes from self-discovery, let's put it on the registry. And then somebody takes it from the registry and then they pay for it. They have to register. Your gifts have to go through a process up here for you to activate them, for you to give them and put them out into the world. The next thing I need you to do, I'm gonna leave you with this. Actually, no, I have two more things. My camera's about to die, so we gotta hurry up. Is the only way to activate your gifts is if you bet on yourself. The only way you'll be able to activate your gifts is if you bet on yourself. Betting on yourself I've been hearing it everywhere, but it really is the best bet you'll ever make. I'm telling you. And the only way you'll be able to activate the gifts at the register is if you say, okay, I'm going to deny. I hear you, but I'm going to get free with fear. Okay. I'm going to get free with fear, and I'm going to roll the dice on me, because I believe in me. So I'm going to bet on me, and I'm going to activate these gifts. And when I activate those gifts, then you start to invest in them. And the more you invest in those gifts, the more you increase that talent. And the more you increase your talent, the more room your gifts have to make for not only just you, but for somebody else. So my hope, my deepest hope, my sincerest hope and aspiration for you is that you realize that you were born on purpose with a purpose about your purpose, that you know that every single thing it is that you need to succeed is already inside of you, and that you have gifts that were given to you that are in alignment with what will bring you joy and will also be a solution to somebody else's problem. But the only way that you will be able to live out your purpose with confidence is if you are willing to bet on yourself and activate your gifts at the register. And to know that the gifts that you have been given are in alignment with who you are as a person. So if you wouldn't do it for free, then you won't do it for a fee, and you shouldn't have to. So I hope that this added value to you. I hope that you got something out of this that makes you go, you know what? Okay, I'm going to take action. Because that's the best thing. I'm going to get free with fear, and I'm going to take action, and I'm going to do what I need to do to live out my purpose with confidence. And I'm going to inspire somebody else to do the exact same thing, because I'm going to be a confident leader and a wise follower, and I'm going to take action. And by you doing that, you're going to inspire somebody else to do the exact same thing. I appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe, all that other stuff that makes this joint go viral, because we need people out there living out their purpose with confidence. So I want you to remember that you are worthy of living your confident life, and that you are the bag. I love you. Until next time, peace.